Hi again. How are you? So happy to have you with me, and I'm so happy to share my beautiful day with you and share something that I found today. I love going on Twitter and I love going and reading other writers about their blogs, what they write on their blogs, and I love getting information about their writing process. And I just love just reading from other writers that are more experienced than I am and that are really big names in the writing community. And one of those writers his name is Jeff Goins, Gions, and he's a very, very good writer. And he has some blogs I could share with you later on, some links. I guess I'll leave two links for two of his blogs that I really like. I'll share the names later. I can't remember them off the top of my head right now. But I wanted to let you know about the manifesto, um, because he wrote this book called The Manifesto, and I thought it was really, really good. So I wanted to read that to you. It's a 44-page PDF that I got free from him. I forget, I think it was in his Twitter, and he was giving it away. And it's really good. It's great for writers. So I'm going to read that to you today because I feel like it's so good. And I just thought he did a great job writing it. So I'm going to share that with us today. So I'm looking at my phone to find it here. It's called The Writers Manifesto. Okay. Writers Manifesto. Stop writing to be read and, what does it say? Adored. And it's so beautiful. So I'm going to read it to you by Jeff Goins. So this is the table of contents, which I thought was so interesting. His table of contents, it begins with the end, and then there's a call to arms, and then there's a beginning, and then the finale is taking the next step, right? Join the community, sharing this message. All right, so I'm gonna read it to you from beginning to end because I just thought it was really good and I really, really like it. Okay. The end. That's how it starts. Page 3. The end. I am a writer. I could say that I love to write, but really I like to be read a lot. For too long, my fragile ego has depended on the affirmation of others. I have tried in vain to please my audience, both real and imagined, and to win them over. This has plagued me for years, so I'm giving up. I'm falling back in love with writing, with the actual craft, and not the disease of fame. I'm kicking my addiction to applause and learning to write for myself again. This has been both therapeutic and challenging. And I'm finding that I am not alone. Writers everywhere are rediscovering their first love, writing, not tweets or publishing contracts or blog comments, just writing. This manifesto is an outstretched hand to others who feel the same tension between creativity and congratulations. If this resonates with you, read on. A quick word of warning before we continue. Be prepared to be challenged and to be generous, because when this is over, I'm going to ask you to do something, to start writing for the right reasons. Call to arms. Next chapter. Writers don't write to get published. They write for another reason. This is the first and only reason. Every writer must write. Real writers don't write for recognition. They don't do it for fame, accolades, or notoriety. They do it because they cannot not write. By their gifts and under the authority of a higher calling, they are compelled to create, to wonder, to dream, to express. Real writers wake up every morning with something to say, even if the words have yet to come. They discipline themselves to start forsaking every excuse and justification. Questions of how long and or how much are irrelevant. What is imperative, what cannot be overlooked or neglected, is that they begin. Real writers do not begin the day with aspirations of seeing their words in print, nor do they dream of being stopped on the street to be congratulated for their genius. This is natural, of course. This desire to be heard, to be acknowledged as an artist, but ultimately it corrupts the art, the pure desire to create. We must put these ideas of fame and reward to death. They have no place in the creativity process. The true writer simply shows up, ready to do the work. Whether the work is successful or acknowledged is not important. Creating is our primary concern. I love that. Real writers do not need inspiration or an audience to begin. They know without question that their greatest adversary and ally is themselves, and they are not alone. Real writers recognize that there is a hidden force acting upon them, guiding them, and leading them. The wisest writers call upon this force, taking the time to learn how to wield it well. They do this every day. But this is not an excuse to wait. It is a call to begin, to honor the gift, to show up, even without applause. Again, the whole point of this is simply, writers don't write to get published. They write for the love of writing. Because they were not writing, they would not know what to do. Because if they were not writing, they would not know what to do. Of course, there is great irony to all of this. As we disabuse ourselves of the desire to entertain, we writers discover something, that this fasting from acclaim liberates us to create remarkable works of art. And people reward great art. Here is the paradox. As we care less about our audience's affections, more people will be affected by our writing. They will applaud it, they will venerate it, and congratulate those responsible someday. Until then, you and I are not excused from creating. This is the beginning. Next chapter, almost the end. It's time to dream boldly and imagine impossibilities, to conjure up words and phrases the world is waiting to hear, to turn off email and stop checking blog stats, to stop worrying and just write. It's time to begin. This is not up to you. This whole process of getting discovered or becoming famous, of being revered for your wit and profundity, it's not your call. Your job is to show up. We only have today. That is all we are ever promised. And today we must write. The real writer within you is waiting. Finale. Taking the next step, this is but one manifesto. There is another stirring somewhere inside of you. It is up to you to write it. And I hope you will. I hope you will. Join the community to find out more about the Writers Manifesto and how you can get involved in this community of writers, misfits, and creatives committed to the craft. Visit this page or copy and paste this address in your browser. The writers, goinswriter.com/writers-manifesto/. Share this manifesto. You are welcome to share this manifesto with anyone and everyone. I only ask that you do not sell or change it in any way. Here are some ways to share: Twitter, Facebook, and comments. For more ideas on how to share this manifesto and to offer feedback, visit the Writers Manifesto page. So that is the end of his piece, and I just thought it was really good. That was 44 pages, and it was very spaced out. This is the author here. You can see the picture. And he's a pretty popular writer, and he ends it with, You are not alone. Very important to know. So I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. I'm with you, and we are in this together as writers on our Writer Manifesto. And let's join together and work together to create works of art that will impact the world. So, having a great day. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a great one.